Once I have my UV mapping done, I'm going to focus on adding lighting and adjusting the composition in Blender. So how I'm going to do that is I'm just going to flip over to the modeling tab so I can see all of my elements here. You don't have to, this is just my preference. You can change any window by going over to the editor type, and I am in the 3D viewport right now. And I'm not seeing my my texture that I just did. I'm going to go over to viewport shading, and I'm going to make sure that I have my material preview selected. So you can toggle through these different viewport settings and see what works for you. Right now, I'm going to stay in the material preview mode. So let's say I want to adjust my camera view. As you can see, the cereal box is out of frame, and when I render this out, the top half is going to be chopped off. So how do I adjust this? What you can do is make sure that you're in object mode. Select your camera. Shift spacebar G, and you can move it this way. As you can see, I'm sort of guessing and checking right now. So in order to save time, we can do a couple of things here. You can toggle through these views up here in the tabs and see which ones you like. The animation tab already has something conveniently laid out for you, but what if you want to figure out how to do this yourself instead of just relying on this animation tab? We're going to create a new window. So I'm going to go up to the seam until I see this little plus sign, and I'm going to click and drag down. And now I've got another duplicate window. I'm going to go up to View, right beside Object Mode. I'm going to click on View. I'm going to go all the way down to Cameras and select Active Camera. That way we can see through our camera up on the top view, and we can adjust our camera down here. So now I don't have to do a bunch of guessing and checking. I can see what my composition is going to be in real time. Alright, I have my Cheerio box framed up. Now we can start adding lighting. So the first thing I want to do when adding lighting is making sure that I can actually see the effects of the lights by adjusting our viewport. So I'm going to go back up to these viewport settings, and I'm going to click on Display Render Preview. That way we can see what the render is going to look like with the lights. If you click on the Display Render Preview and you're not seeing any lights, click this drop down and make sure that Scene Lights is selected. As you can see right now, it's backlit. And go down here to our scene. We can see our light back here. What if we want to change this light? I want this light to be more of an area light. So I'm going to go over to our right tab here to Object Data Properties. I'm going to make sure that my light is selected so I can see this. And I'm just going to look at all of my light settings here. You can have it be sun, spotlight, or area light. I personally like the area light. And you can change its power here. I'm going to turn it down a bit. You can change the color to anything you want. And you can change diffuse. So as you can see, the front of this Cheerio box is still quite dark. Let's add another light to our scene. So I'm in object mode. I'm going to go to Add. I'm going to go all the way down to Light. I want to add another area light. So once we add the other area light, you can see it pop up in our collection here. And I'm just going to adjust that. And you can see this sort of beam coming down from this light. This is where the light is focused on. So as you can see, it's not focused on our Cheerio box yet. I'm just grabbing this ball. I'm going to point it so it's going through our Cheerio box. And as you can see, our power on the right, it's only 10 watts. So we're not getting a lot of light on the front of this Cheerio box. Let's turn this up to 1,000. Aha. So our lighting is looking pretty good. If you want to do traditional 3-point lighting, you can. But this is how to adjust the camera and lighting in your composition. Now we're ready for export.